Hello and welcome. This is Sahara playing Pillars of Eternity, Deadfire, and as we were sailing around an island, this popped up. I'm sure we're being contacted by the gods since we advanced our main quest with Eothas. We now know where he's going. You blink and find yourself standing in the knee-high grass of an endless field with the day just falling into dusk.
Then, the earth falls away. The wind ceases, and you are sent tumbling up into the dark of the sky.
Watcher.
The voice of the pallid night shakes the earth at your feet.
Bareth.
You have returned to Bareth's realm. Your soul once more called to attend the wishes of the god of death.
This shit again. Maybe try a door next time? Yeah, I'm not gonna say nothing.
Once again, you have spoken with the Child of Light. Tell me what you have learned.
He makes for Mongra's teeth. He's still smashing his way across the Deadfire, destroying everything inside. I have nothing new to report. He makes for Mongra's teeth.
Intriguing.
The pallid knight stares past you, pensive.
While attend, tell me what your many eyes perceive.
Her words ring out, and a heavy silence descends. In the silence breaks the murmur of countless voices. They speak all at once in languages both known and unknown to you. In the space beside Bareth, an eye blinks open, followed fast by several more. They are round, keen eyes of kith, the slit eyes of snakes, the small, dark marbles of birds, the bulbous lanterns of deep-sea fish.
Here we are.
A figure walks through the cloud of eyes as one might step through a door. It is an Orlan, then a pale elf, an ocean human, a Naga, each of them eyeless. They are Wal.
Wal is god of secrets, revelations, illusions, cryptography, obfuscation, perception, dreams, and visions. Wal is in and of itself a mystery with no consistent form or gender. Its followers revel in the acts of creating and unraveling mysteries. I don't think Wal was a part of our last meeting we had with the gods.
This is the first interesting thing to happen in ages, and we do so love a riddle.
The figure wears an Amawa's grin, and the many voices beneath its own.
This
titter.
must be it right there. Yes, it's so interesting when hundreds of kith die so Eothas can take the stroll. Yep.
Some things must be lost to be found again. You knew that once, when you buried my scroll beneath the earth in Black Meadow. But it seems you have forgotten.
I did do that too.
We have read the book of your life, Watcher. It is heavy with the weight of your choices, and its pages are not unmarred by the blood of others. You reap, but on a smaller scale.
Yeah, that's true. I have killed things. I have killed people for... That probably wasn't necessary, but
We see between the strings of the world, and Eothas is there, strumming them like a lute. His tongue is still, yet he sings of a coming joy. What tune he plays, we do not know. It is complex, ever-shifting. One moment vibrating in harmony, the next in discord.
A man strides through the door to Bareth's realm. Behind him lope wolves with lolling tongues, and jungle cats whose long tails twitch with every step.
This is Galawan, I believe.
Galawain, the changeling, arrives, and he brings with him the wild heart of Eora's untamed places.
So now we're seeing the other gods that didn't come before. Before it was just the four. Now we have two other gods. Okay.
Fast on Galawain's heels, a small wave of seawater washes across the tiles. It pours off the edge of the platform and cascades down into the beyond. From out of the water rears a glowing lure, then the head of a gigantic fish. The round black eyes of Andra roll to meet yours.
Wow, isn't that a lovely representation there? Eek! Eek! She looks like she's got the brood mother of the Dragon Age. Yeah.
Eothas is nothing if not resourceful. I admire his nerve.
I assumed Andra to be female, but that is a male's voice.
In the changeling's voice, you hear the soft patter of rain on leaves and the rush of wind through treetops.
I'm impressed by his single-mindedness.
Hunger will drive the most pathetic of beasts to desperate acts of bravery. If his journey leads him back to us, he has proved himself worthy of return to the fold.
Eothas does not return to us. He returns to execute some grand plan. We must stop him.
Andra's voice rises like a tide, panic riding its crest.
Okay, so that is Andra's voice this time. Okay, the other one was Gallowin's.
The doors lining the walls of Bareth's realm slam open in unison. Warped pieces of ancient armor and the remnants of discarded weapons roar through the doorways. They meet in the center of the room, in a shower of sparks and form the vague figure of a man. Finally, a blacksmith's sledge hurtles past your shoulder, and the figure snatches it from the air. A man forged in metal stands before you. Twin flames ignite in his eyes, and a low rumble starts in his chest.
These, I can't remember what they were called. I think from the Winding White or something. They were titans that were forged by the gods, I believe.
He walks forward. With each halting, jerky step, you're assaulted with the unbearable screech of metal grinding upon metal.
We should destroy Eothas, that we might reforge him into something new, something stronger. He could be a weapon that all of us might wield.
Why would you guys need a weapon? Why do you need weapons?
Abaddon's words carry the heat of the forge.
Abaddon, okay.
Behind them, you hear the clang and clatter of hammer on metal, and the hiss of just quenched steel.
I forgot about Abaddon. God of golems, machines, industry, strength, hope, and aspiration, favored most commonly upon the laboring class. The golem is thought to have once been able to take a human-resembling form as most of the other gods are, but then been somehow killed, only to forge himself back into existence inside the shell of an immense golem. Various accounts of his death exist, and none is considered definitive.
Abaddon speaks with wisdom.
Well, the other gods don't seem too concerned, yeah. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 5 gods here against the other 4. So it was 10 gods altogether, because Eothas would be the 5th god on the other hand, right? And who is this one over here?
He violates not their realms, but mine. I feel his urgency in every stamp of his feet along my spine.
True, he is walking through your realm, through all the seas.
I will send tsunamis to slow him, if Mogren would stir the earth beneath Mogren's teeth.
The water at your feet recedes. Lava oozes up through the shallow water, and a woman made from the guts of the earth emerges. She settles her characteristic broadsword on her shoulder and sighs a cloud of smoke and ash.
Miss Mongra.
Mogren returns.
In the age when our steps carved valleys across the face of Eora, our bodies were impervious to all but the strongest attacks. I doubt fire and water will be enough to stop him, but I will bear down upon Eothas with all the heat and fury of the earth, if I must.
You should seize this opportunity to show him while you can. Well, thousands of kith will die. Yeah.
The death of thousands now could prevent the death of millions later.
But you don't know if you'll still you don't know if you'll say millions, you might kill thousands for nothing.
Dark, inky tears fall from Andra's eyes.
Sacrifices of the few protect the futures of the many. You cannot let your petty mortal feelings blind you to the urgency of the dilemma Eothas has thrust upon us.
Funny how it's always Kith who must make the sacrifices, never you. Yep. My petty mortal feelings are the only reason your wrists don't chafe in Whitaker's shackles. My petty mortal feelings are the only reason your wrists don't chafe in Whitaker's shackles. Yep.
You will mind upon whose ground you tread.
The pallid knight watches you with keen, predatory eyes.
Well, you invited me here. I didn't come here on my own, right? So, piss on you guys.
The deep, bellowing cry of an aurochs shakes the ground beneath your feet. The cry drones on and on, a moan without end.
Must be this one over here.
Wal's many eyes squeeze shut. Andra slips back beneath her waves. Magrin dissipates in a swirling cloud of steam. Galawain's beasts cower and whine. Only the pallid knight stands impassive.
So you're all scared. You are all still scared of one god.
My end comes to all things in time. Should Eothas care to hasten the inevitable, I welcome his efforts.
What could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora? If he hopes to bring about the end of the world, he'll die too. If he hopes to bring about the end of the world, he'll die too. Death and I are well acquainted, and I welcome its return. What could Eothas possibly gain by destroying Eora?
Eothas seeks a slate wiped clean.
How do you know that?
Freedom from the endless revolutions of Barath's wheel. The final emancipation of the countless stolen mortal lives the gods hoard within themselves.
The child of light will not choose the hour of my death.
Magrin tests the edge of her broadsword with a smoldering finger.
He sows chaos in his longing for a radiant dawn. So much will be lost in the cacophony of fear his actions inspire.
The crack of thunder rends the air. The gods fall silent.
We can wait no longer to act. Speak with him, Watcher. Discover what it is he plans.
It's not like I have a choice, right?
To live is a choice, and you yet draw breath. Drink deep of the air, Watcher. We have work yet to do.
The warmth of the pallid knight's breath blows soft on the back of your neck, though she stands nowhere near you. Water begins to creep across the floor. It swells, runs swiftly, and catches at your ankles. You scrabble at the tiles, but it's no use. The current's pull drags you off the edge of Barith's realm and into the fathomless beyond. You splash down in water so dark you can't see the bottom. Then, the water recedes, gone like a dream upon waking. The hard wood of your cabin's floor presses against your spine. The gods are gone, but you remain.
And every time it's like, you know, they have these debates, and then it all comes back to me just saying, what? Nothing, you know. Do you have anything to say here? She doesn't.
Watcher!
Shelty claps her hands together excitedly, foregoing and nibbling on her bottom lip. She beams you a sunny grin.
Guess what? No, go on and guess, really.
You've had another dream?
Not a god's darned one. And ain't that just it?
Her eyes gleam with a shining triumph.
I feel so fine. Like I swallowed a star and now I got light bursting from my chest. Can you see it in me? This happiness? It's all on account of you, Watcher.
I think I deserve a little compensation, don't you? What about your duty to Guan?
Guess you could say I underwent an adjustment of perspective. I still got my duty, but I haven't lost my light to the darkness.
The smooth column of her throat constricts as she swallows arduously.
You saved me from that.
Well, thanks. Oh, that's great, Shote.
Everything's different now. The world looks so dang bright, doesn't it? Even at night.
She tips her face up, her eyes skim the reaches of the sky.
The sky goes all glittery with stars. Must be what the gods see when new souls are born.
As Shote saunters off, she sighs with contentment. Okay, I don't know what all that was about. Irina.
Ado, Captain. Do you require my expertise?
I wanted to ask you about your work as an animancer.
My studies? I cannot promise a dissertation, but I'll happily discourse upon the broader strokes.
So, what is your specific area of study?
You haven't read my work, then? As an apprentice, I focused on, and then helped discredit, the phrenological approach.
The phenological approach?
At the time, it seemed more difficult than I thought it should be.
At the time?
Some of my colleagues had a vested interest in a model of the world that included an inherent hierarchy of kith. That some kith made more worthy receptacles for souls than others, based on the shape of their brow or the length of their ears, was apparently an idea too tantalizing to abandon. Afterwards, my interest turned to the theoretical, before shifting a few decades later to the study of parapsychological inertia.
Psychological inertia, as in people thinking the same thing over and over?
Close. Parapsychological inertia. The tendency for some souls to gravitate towards familiar locales or engage in behaviors exhibited from past lives.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, that does make sense.
From there, I moved on to work in metamortality, the scientific study of souls over lifetimes and the cycle of reincarnation.
Metamortality, the scientific study of souls over in lifetime. Okay.
Which brings us to the present.
So, what's so important about luminous, so what do you hope to do with what you learn?
You set the sled before the dogs. Before making decisions regarding what should be done, we must first understand what is. Anything else is a dream in the dark.
So what's so important about luminous Adra?
That depends on who you ask. Generally, Adra conducts soul energy. Luminous Adra also stores it, however. Is it simply a worse conductor getting clogged by essence? Or is this indicative of a specialized function? Unfortunately, greed stymies inquiry. Rawatai and the Republics grind every ounce they find down into bath salts.
Yep. Any idea how Eothas is moving that statue across the sea? She laughs, a flat palm covering her open mouth.
I could theorize, but given how little I've observed of him, it would be irresponsible of me to do so. It must require incredible energy, though. Staggering amounts of soul essence. And can Adra truly be so flexible? Why does he not crumble? Whatever he is, however he accomplishes it, perhaps we can discover together, if the discovering doesn't kill us. The truth, of course. I'm sorry that I have no simple answer for you. Embarking on inquiry with an agenda, that is how mistakes get made.
Her arms crossed, Yedwin idly taps on her elbows. So you're entirely without bias?
Not at all. But I admit them.
Okay, that's enough for now.
Of course, Captain.
We're just catching up with people, I guess. How about...
Yes. You only have to ask.
Nope, she doesn't have anything. How about you down here? You never know. He is our sidekick. Sidekicks have quests too, I guess?
Wonder what Pa's up to.
Eventually?
Great and terrible things are at work. And once again, you seem to be in the middle of it.
Eothas is twisting the edge of his sash between his hands, a purposeful frown on his face.
The Rawatayans we passed will doubtless spread word of what you've done in Hasongo. But others will want to know what you've seen. They'll look to you for answers.
He watches you uncertainly, his brows furrowed. What I say makes no difference. I'm worried about what that will lead to. I'll tell them what they need to hear. What I say makes no difference. I'm worried about what that will lead to. So?
This is no small matter.
He pinches the bridge of his nose.
Don't you worry what will come next? What events you might move forward?
Of course, that's why I choose my words carefully. What someone else does with my words is on them, not me. If I thought about it that much, I'd never do anything. I doubt my response will mean anything irrevocable. If I thought about that much, I'd never do anything. What is this really about? He sighs through his nose, his lips pressed together.
It reminds me of the question that drew me to the Deadfire. The one I've been avoiding. I promised to tell you what I was doing among the Animancers at Port Marge. As you may have guessed, I was observing them, gathering information on the various Animancy operations in the region.
I thought you were looking for a particular leaden key group.
Yes, and how better to draw them out. Animancy is a subject of particular interest to the Leaden Key. Through it, I hope to pick up the trail.
And then?
That's where it gets complicated. After that incident in Old Valia, I thought more about the Leaden Key and its particular composition.
Mostly lunatics in robes, as I recall, yep.
Oh, very funny.
He gives you a sidelong glance, but the corner of his mouth turned up despite it.
It's existed for over 2,000 years. Say what you will about its motives and methods, but that's an impressive tenure.
He clasps his hands behind his back and begins pacing.
That's when I realized how short-sighted I'd been. To think I could undo the Leaden Key without understanding how it works.
How the leaden key works? How would you learn about that?
By studying its origins, of course.
He pauses long enough to show you a triumphant flash of teeth.
I found references to an ancient Leaden Key cabal in the Deadfire. Possibly one of the oldest, if accounts are credible. And they appear to have been working independently, without direct intervention from Theos, for almost 2 millennia.
He watches you eagerly, waiting for that to sink in. So they're old. What does it mean? You think that by observing them, you can learn how the leaden key works?
And how to destroy it, yes. Most sources refer to them as the Painted Masks.
Oh.
But I haven't met anyone here who knows that name. I don't know where in the Deadfire they are exactly, but I was hoping we could look for them together.
He folds his hands, looking hopeful and a little sheepish. Find an ancient leaden key sect somewhere in a monster-ridden archipelago. Sure, easy. I don't want to promise impossible. Don't worry, Eothas. I promise we'll find them one way or the other. Yep.
I believe you.
He smiles, but worry crinkles the corners of his eyes.
Anyway, it's late. I suppose that's enough from me.
Okay, so that's his quest was finally updated. The Painted Masks. Tell me about a nation. He said no one in the region seems to know their names, so our best hope is to keep an eye out for signs of the leaden key. A hopeless task. How about you, Eater?
What's gnawing you?
So let's talk about, talk to me about Barin.
Wasn't what I expected, I know that much.
Yeah, me too.
I had this idea that maybe I'd get along with him. Either because he was like his mom, or because he was like...
like you.
It was like somebody talked him out of his personality.
Yep, he's brainwashed.
When he looked at you, You got the feeling he was looking at someone a long ways behind you. It's not his fault. He's alone out here. And his mom was such a force. If she was so sure of herself, she'd have had that cult leader following her.
Yep.
Hard to replace something like that.
Yep, so you understand it's a cult too. Good. Alright, so let's go up on deck. I can't remember if there's anyone up on deck. How do I get up on deck? That's the world map. That's not what I wanted. There, I'm up on deck. Okay, so we have Aura the Mad, Mia, and we have Tikyu.
I thought Eothas was too busy kicking over islands to blunt his teeth with mortals.
Tikyu scrutinizes you with an unreadable expression.
What say? You must take something from all this idle chatter with the gods.
Eothas was more curious about me than I was about him.
And you knew things he did not. Ah. For what does he listen to you, then? The gods I know are tight of lip and hard of hearing.
He's searching his feelings and needed a moral perspective. He might be worried about how we interpret his actions. I can't pretend to understand the motives of a god. He might be worried about how we interpret his actions, yeah.
He has inhabited a giant body and drained the souls of thousands. Can he be anything but committed?
Yeah.
I could not imagine the inner workings of a god. But then, I am not meant to. It is for mortals to flail in the darkness, I say, while gods point us toward light.
They have a plan for us. The last thing they need is doubt. Someone needs the power to shape our future. I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire to feel it again. Better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. Yeah, I felt that weight of authority before. I have no desire to feel it again. Better that they let us figure it out for ourselves. As he weighs your words, Tikyu winces a little.
To be worshipped, to have others interpret your design. It is not fair, I say. For what should a god worry about such cares, when theirs is the hand on the tiller?
Maybe they worry because their hand is on the tiller. Wouldn't you worry if you were in their position? Yeah.
Were I a god? Kara, such a question. My heart is full, but I do not share it with the world lightly. Maybe in time.
He cups his cheek and looks off to the distance, musing over his words.
At least Eothas has you to keep him in check. What happens when we catch up to him is something for future Tekehu to worry about.
The world around you darkens, and once again you feel an insistent tug for your attention, the pull centering from Tekeu's soul. Now surrender to the sensation.
Scratch under the wet clay of any artist, and you hatch a lifetime of fear and doubt.
Andra props her chin on her fist and studies Tekeu with a sigh.
My boy doesn't fear the gods. He only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential. But isn't it easier to let sculptures represent you?
She's talking through him, explaining him. Okay, he only fears what he'll compromise by living up to his potential.
Poor thing. Nothing he does could disappoint me. But that is a mother's prerogative.
She pulls away with a wet, slapping sound. You receive the mental impression of a wink. The world reasserts itself around you. Tekeu wears an uncertain smile, tipping his head inquisitively.
You have questions? Kara, I have answers.
Tell me... Oh, we already know all that. Okay. So we got his updated... I know she doesn't ever say anything. Nope.
What's a bilge swallow?
That's what be a bilge swallow, little lass. And it be a swabby fathom-headed enough to drink from a bilge.
You talk funny, Uncle Seraphim.
You know, lass, each time you call me that, you be aging me 3/2 a year.
Yeah. She never... Okay, the galley on this tub ain't half bad. So let's talk to Seraphim.
Ahoy, Captain. What can I do you for?
No, I don't want to flirt with Seraphim. How about Maya?
Captain, a word?
What's on your mind, soldier?
You've spoken to Eothas, which means you know what we're up against. If the fleet sailed up to him and fired every cannon at once, I imagine we'd have a fighting chance at taking a chip off his kneecap.
Yep.
There's no stopping him, is there?
I'm not ruling out the chance of an unlikely solution. I'm following Barrett's instructions. Our course will become clear in time. Not everything can be solved through violence. Yeah.
Get used to it. That's how things get done in this part of the world.
She sighs away some of her tension, rolling her shoulders and cracking her neck.
I suppose there's a certain appeal to recognizing the inevitable. We don't have to waste our breath trying to stop it.
It would be nice if the gods summoned the courage to intercede. It's up to us to mitigate the damage. Yeah, it would be nice if the gods... Well, but if they summoned to intercede, what they were talking about doing was tsunamis and volcanoes and all that stuff, right? If they intercede, it's just going to be more people dead. It's up to us to mitigate the damage.
All assuming that reason can penetrate the green boy's head better than bullets can. It reminds me of the first time I shot to kill.
Maya folds her arms and grins. Oh, I have to hear this.
There he stood, a pirate captain barking orders from the forecastle. Out of everyone's range but mine. The wind toyed with us. I took aim, never thinking I'd make the shot, but then I felt this awareness, like someone out there was aiming me. The cannon blast took me by surprise. I squeezed off a shot, expecting it to fly wide, but the bullet took my target between his eyes.
She traces a circle over her brow.
I don't know if Bareth kicked open a door or the Sky Mother held my hand, but that man was meant to die. I've got that same feeling now. Better or worse, I know that Eothas is meant to succeed.
Meant to succeed? Time will tell if Eothas is getting what he wants is good for the rest of us.
Hope I didn't take the wind out of your sail. Whether or not we can change anything, at least we can say we were there. That's more than most people get.
Okay.
I've got some answers.
All right, that's it. All right. Nope. Looks like we got everybody. So. Do we want to try to go and see if we can do some of these here? Where was the port? I'm not seeing the port. There isn't a port. Well, how do we get on board? Huh, this is odd. No, it's not letting us on. Well, how come it doesn't have a port? Maybe... no. Alright, let's go down here. Maybe we need to get a quest for it or something. Here we go. I know we do have to turn something in. Yeah, I think I only went to... I don't remember going to... Yeah, I think the only place I went was the Radiant Court because I didn't understand how that worked. So we need better cells. What is the red dream? Whole health, wow. That's a lot. That's expensive. Troll stitch cells. Compare. These linen cells are reinforced with braided troll hair fiber, increasing the overall strength. Yeah, I think we need to invest in... That's only 2,000, so we'll do it. This one is we'll do that one. Don't we already have this one? What do we have? We have the improved warship one. Okay. And this is warship reinforcements. Additional support beams within the hold coupled with iron bolts. Okay, the combat speed would be slower. So what's the difference between these are Troskin and these are, you know, I don't have, oh, but look at how expensive these anchors are. Why do we need an anchor? Arcane. Okay, the arcane lanterns increase our speed. That's basically for combat, I believe. In this, a pin created to house all the extra pets that can't be taken on adventures. I want to get this because I want to see what it does. How many? Just one, right? Why would we want 50? Well, that makes me wonder now. So it means I can put them somewhere instead of having them in my... None of them need supplied. Okay. Okay, so... Oh, we can get... I couldn't afford any of these people last time we were here. He's a novice. These are all novice. This is an expert surgeon. Second deckhand, a seasoned deckhand. Seasoned navigator. If we have another ship, then we have to buy more. But for now, I think we're fine. Do I want to... I need to look at my journal. I can't. Let's go by sea here. Need town. Okay. So... Location. So we have iron gut. Swallowed egg, that's right. We have to... I need to find rotten hagfish. One of the merchants at the raiding court might have unripened palm stones for sale. Okay, so I acquired a rotten hagfish. So I need an unripened palm stones. And I can purchase the fire kelp extract from the king's coffin. Okay, and then we have bounty. Okay, so I've never been here. A tidy perform. Oh yes, we need to get. There are blue skin Amana and Lifter's Refuge that could play the part of Eothas. Okay. Yeah, I think when I came, some of these quests were like, what? What? Didn't make any sense to me. So the Radiant Court. I know we have a bounty here somewhere. I'm sorry. We have a bounty that needs to be done. Is this the one? No. Overgrowth, find the source of the magic. Okay. Bounty, kill. I know we have one bounty. Is this him? No. I know we had one that, Bounty. I know there was one here that we were supposed to. Bounty. That was in the Radiant Court. I remember running across it. Iron Gut, Honeyed Season. That's the Dark Cupboard. Oh, maybe it was one of these. That Sacred Stair, Symbols of Death. I'd have to talk to him. He's in, yeah, we never did do that. Eulogy, Search the Hanging, A Glimpse Beyond. Bounty, maybe this was it. No, that was still Serpent's. Oh, I think it was Lord. Here it is. Yeah, okay. I knew there was one. But where do you find him at? Search. Asked me to track down the once mascot of the ship that firebrand and kill him. Alright, so I knew there was one here. I just have to find where he is. Okay, this is the Emporium, Treasure's Trove, Peg Lake Reformers, Radiant Court Standing. Maybe over here by the bar? You know where we came in at? He must be in a place, because there's nothing here.
Leave it to me.
Yeah, he must be somewhere inside. I think that's the only place that was inside anything. Yep, let's go in there. Hopefully he's in here. No, he's not.
Huh? Sure. My eyes are peeled.
Oh, I didn't even realize I didn't have my...
Sure.
Oh, I'm gonna have to wander all over looking for him now. Oh, wait a minute, down here, maybe it's down here. Here he is. I think this is him. Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, thank you for reading.
Let's take a look.
Oh, I didn't see someone down there.
Huh? Got it. No sweat. Got it. Leave it.
No, I can still. Iridescent scale. Medium armor. Okay. So he went upstairs, right? There you are.
Welcome to the treasure trove, sailor.
A strapping godlike blinks between the swollen, crusty tumors lining her eyes. Her lips crack, weeping a sappy substance as she speaks.
Anything in my trove catches your eye, you let me know.
This is not her. Alright, this is not her. But I was able to take some stuff. Stained grasps. Death denied. Wearer is immune to constitution afflictions while they carry one or more injuries. These gauntlets once belonged to a Hano barbarian. The heat of one battle, sure that the enemy was dead, tore off her other gauntlets and used his gloves as a makeshift tourniquet. When the battle was ended and her wound tended to, she left her stained gauntlets behind. Alright, so where in the hell is this person at? We're not supposed to be...
Time to see and not be seen.
Alright. In Radiant Court. I thought that was her, but it's not. So I'm going to have to pause while I look for her. I thought this was it. Damn it. But it's not.
I'm pretty good, huh? There, done. Why not?
What is this? Necklace of fireballs. Ooh.
Quickly, no problem.
Ooh, it's still stealing. Come on. Can we get over here? You gonna move?
Sure.
Necklace of fireballs. Charge remaining. Creates fireball. But that's fine. Maybe another day. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna pause while I walk around, see if I can find that person. I think I ran across someone I hadn't spoken to before.
Whatever might I do for you?
Oh, this is one of those people where you can learn...
I would be honored.
Enhance...
But a man needs to make a living, you know. So, for my services, how about 3,000 copper?
Yeah, so these are one of the people you can learn from. So I can learn enhanced bluff and streetwise.
Fantastic. Let's get...
His training is idiocentric. He starts by describing a character he'd like you to play, a street tough, an embittered sailor, a noble in the throes of a tantrum. Then he recites lines to you, asking that you recite them back in the attitude of your character. He then shows you how to use those characters to trick people into giving you what you want. When you show him you've got it, he gives you a wide smile and bids you farewell. You've learned Cool's training. Okay. I did remember running across them before. This is where you can get all these training here. Alright. Oh, I found him. He's all the way down here. Or she, yep.
I welcome your return.
She. She dances a coin across her knuckles, mirth a bright glint in her eye. So, sounds like I killed the Lord Admiral Imp.
So, the puffed up little charlatan is gone for good. Well done.
So I got money and task completed.
That's one down. Just 3 left to go. If you're still game.
Sure. Sounds like you've got a grudge against the Firebrand's crew.
Back on this again, are we?
What's bothering you?
There's no need to make my concerns your own, my friend. It's family business, that's all. But I suppose you have a right to know.
She pauses and slips the sublet from her pocket again. It gleams golden in the low light.
My idiot kid sister was on the Firebrand, seduced to a dishonest life by the promise of adventure. When the pirate hunters killed the crew and sank the ship, they also killed my sister.
No.
But those irredeemable lowlifes I sent you after got away without a scrape. I want them to pay. I don't much care how, so long as they take that turn on the wheel.
You remind me who I'm looking for again?
Torkar, the tactician. Big, ogre-shaped, makes his home in Dunnage. He shouldn't be too hard to find. There aren't many who fit his description, even among the pirates. Katrin, the Firebrand's wizard. Last I heard, she was spending her time in the sacred stair in Neketaka.
Okay.
Lady Epiros, the one you want. You can find her estate in the Serpent's Crown in Neketaka, along with all her bodyguards and powerful friends.
Okay, that's right. Okay, so we got done what we need to hear, so now we just need to go on to another area. What are we? I think we're probably closest over here. But I got some of the money back I just spent. Alright, so we're here in the Radiant Court. Have we ever been up here? I don't know if I've ever been even to Lifter's Refuge. I don't remember. I think I got tired of talking to people. Oh, I have been. I remember. This is a small area. This is, again, where you can pay people. And I've got the money now, so I might as well, right?
Have a pity and toss me a pyre, will you?
Oh, how would you feel about playing the part of Eothas on stage? That's right. What's your story?
Is this what my life boils down to? A moment of entertainment for others? I was a bosun not so long ago, and a damn good one.
Yeah, that's right, he lost his eyesight.
But I took a shot to the face, see?
Yep.
Didn't lose much skin. But the flash burned out me eyesight. I can't make out so much. Andra's blessings to you for sharing, sailor.
Okay, how would you feel about playing the part of Eothas on stage?
What? I'm no actor. And besides, I can't barely see nothing as it is.
You're an idiot to stay here and die of hunger. In this troupe, being a good actor isn't a requirement. You'll just need to speak a few lines, stand there, and look intimidating. Yeah.
Intimidating I can do. Reciting a bunch of namby-pamby lines is going to be the trickier part, but I'm game to try.
He sighs as he straightens his spine, standing even taller to tower over you.
Turn me in the right direction, and I'll make me way to the Radiant Court.
Cool, so we got that updated. So that was, Dunangam. Tidy performance. Fine talent. Okay, so there's a blueskin, a wizard, and King's Covenant expressed interest in the show, but I'll have to dig around the town to find someone that can play Eothas' part. I've hired a blueskin and mana for the play. So I just need to go around and talk to people, I guess. Okay, what about you?
Stage is this way, ain't it?
Okay, that's right. We just spoke to you.
Hello there. Anything I can do for you, just say the word.
Yeah, can you teach me what you learned in your time exploring the living
With
land?
pleasure. Teaching is my specialty, after all. I'm gonna pack your brain with so much knowledge, you're gonna have a headache for a week.
Okay, so get
All I
through
need from you is 3,000 copper.
Yep, so enhance stealth and metaphysics.
Excellent. Let's get down to business, shall we?
She starts first with the practical training, how to move silently through bush. I think they meant brush. When and how best to hide, how to step so as to muffle the sounds of your feet. Satisfied, she moves on to a high-level explanation of various theories of knowledge. She seems to have quite a passion for epistemology and goes on for an excruciatingly long time before at last sending you on your way. Okay. And I have what?
Good day. Anything I can do for you, just say the word. Travel quick, travel quiet.
All right, and then I know there's one over here. Another one.
Fair winds, traveler. Well?
Can you teach me what you learned in the Valalian republics?
Fuck, you listen to my tale. I suppose I can do that for you for 3,000 copper.
Sleight of hand and diplomacy.
Well done.
He shows you a trick for lifting a man's coin purse from his belt. Between demonstrations, he also gives you tips for negotiating with even the most hard-headed of merchants. You thank him and turn away. Just as you're about to leave, he tosses a coin purse to you with a laugh.
You nearly forgot something.
The coin purse he tossed you is your own. Yep. Okay. Carlos training. I was going to come back here and do this anyway, so I'm glad we did. So that's all this was, basically. This is just a small little area. I don't think there was anything up over here, was there? I think there was a pet. There was a stray cat or something up here, if I remember right. Okay. One moment. Sorry, someone was at my door. Okay. Well, let us leave. I think these are the only two areas that I got to in here. Let's go to the King's Coffin. I don't know once I get into it if it's familiar. Oh yeah, this was just a room. That's right. Is everybody named? There is some. Oh yeah, Manila. I remember we ran across Manila here. I think I'm supposed to talk to some people here. We're going to do that in another episode. So if you're enjoying, click like, leave a comment, subscribe, and thank you so much for watching. Sahara out.